Freezing ending and curious characters. Today you will see the summary of episode 5. Now we see a field full of ice and a family spending the night on horseback with their baby who starts crying. Icefin appears and freezes them, going to the present. Simon talks about him becoming the Ice King again, and they ask how they will go back to their world. He says they would have to perform a ritual that requires a crown from the multiverse, but Fionna faints. Cake plays on her phone and puts a mouse near Fionna, who soils her clothes, causing her to take off her blouse. Simon says they need a library, and Fionna changes her clothes. They enter a city. The Scarab has captured the prism and taken the cosmos from the TV. Already in the city, we see total chaos and Cake starts using magic. Simon asks her to act like a normal cat. We see the Mouth of Destiny making an announcement, and they throw some popcorn into the fire. A boy appears and a guy says shit. The Daughter of Destiny hits him. The blonde boy watches them using magic, and Fionna asks about the crown. The guy Ganzo says he has the crown and they make a trade. She gives her phone, but the crown he gives is fake, making Cake angry and using her powers, attracting attention from everyone. A short guy from the gang goes after them. Fionna tries to attack, but it doesn't work. The blonde boy, named Jay Mertens, throws a brick at the bigger guy and the little Destiny appears, stopping him. She starts coughing, and they leave. The boy mentions that his father found the crown and Simon thinks it must be his version. We see adult Icefin in a small house in the middle of nowhere. Simon tells Fionna that that is his version. Finn says he doesn't like magic and lets them spend the night there. We see his children, and one of them is Bonnie, who was scratching Jake, who is old. He starts preparing the food and tells them to come in. The children are enchanted by Cake, who can talk, and Finn says she is also a visitor. He serves food for everyone. The Scarab appears in that reality, disguises himself and goes to Mr. Ganzo, asking about some strangers, and scares him, making him talk. Meanwhile, Fionna and Cake love the soup, and Jay Mertens says it's the soup their mother made on the day she died. Finn looks serious. Simon makes a reference that no one understands, and Cake sees Jake under the table and gives him the rest of the soup to eat without anyone seeing, and puts her paw on his forehead, leaving a mark. Bonnie asks Cake if all cats talk where she lives. She says maybe they do if they find the crown, and Simon says that Jay mentioned something that happened in the past involving the crown, making Finn irritated and telling them to leave in the morning. They sleep in the haystack, and Jay appears and says he remembered something his father let slip while he was drunk one of these days. Meanwhile, Finn was with Jake looking at the fire, and someone knocks on his door. It was the Scarab asking about Fionna and others. He acts crazy, saying that only he and his children live there, but the Scarab sees a mark on Jake's head and leaves. Finn goes to the haystack. They were no longer there, and Bonnie tells him where they went, and when Simon arrives there, they find marks of a destroyed crown. The little Destiny appears and she and Jay kiss. Cake says she loves forbidden romances, and Jay tells about the day he went to the crown's location and found a piece of the crown's gem. They met and he gave her the stone. And they have been together since then, but she is too sick. Destiny appears and they are tied up. Destiny sees the stone on his daughter and takes it from her, and Simon says that's what made her sick. Destiny takes advantage and blames Jay and orders her to kill him, but Finn arrives. Jay tells her to attack him already, blaming himself for everything, and Cake grabs the piece of the crown for them to find another one using it, and the little Destiny betrays her father and they start fighting. Finn manages to stop Destiny, but the Scarab appears, and Finn uses his firearm to burn him, but he attacks back, throwing him to the ground, and gives time for Fionna and the others to escape, and that's how the episode ends.